What's up? So there's so many finance YouTubers out there that have courses, and many people believe that buying one of these courses is gonna make you a millionaire, and I'm here to tell you why that's not the case. As you might know, I'm a fairly big fan of Meet Kevin's courses. I've done many videos on his courses before. And when I do those courses, I tend to get comments talking about how, oh, I could just do this. If you have your brain, then you can figure it out yourself. Or buying Meet Kevin's course isn't going to make you a millionaire. Well, you know what? All of those are true. They're very true. And why are these things true? Why am I saying in one video that you should buy Meet Kevin's courses, and in the other video saying that these are all true and you won't become a millionaire by doing that? Well, it comes down to individuality and self-awareness. Wow, those were big words. That's silly. Every single person on this planet is different, in case you haven't noticed that. We all have different things that interest us, things that disinterest us, things that we're good at, things that we're not good at, and different ways that we consume information and learn. Now, if you look at the history of human knowledge, basically what's happened is a human or a set of humans have spent X number of years acquiring a certain amount of information. They compress that down into something like a book, or nowadays a YouTube video or a course. And then the next generation of humans consume that in a much shorter period of time, and then they spend a long amount of time gathering even more knowledge on that. And it's this big compression of knowledge over time. Well, now we're in this era where you can get information from books, from YouTube, from podcasts, from still talking to regular human beings, and from things like online courses, like the courses that Meet Kevin provides. And none of those things are going to make you a millionaire in their own right. You have to leverage those things to make it happen. So if you are self-aware and you can understand how you learn things, for example, for me, I learn much better through sort of passive audible consumption of information. So I will be watching a YouTube video pretty much all day while I'm working, or I will be listening to a podcast. I have some books that I like to read as well, but most of my consumption is passive. And what I really like to do is consume massive amounts of information on a single topic from many different sources. So for example, when I was getting into real estate, I consumed as much Grant Cardone content, as much Meet Kevin content, as much Graham Stephan content, as much Bigger Pockets content as I possibly could. And all of those perspectives are very different. And what I like to do is I like to see the overlap of those successful things, and those are the things that are pretty definitely going to go into my plan. And then on top of that, I like to take the things from the varying different personality types that I sort of relate with. So for example, on Meet Kevin and Grant Cardone, both are big, heavy fans of leverage to generate a large number of wealth, and the focus on cash flow is much smaller. And that fits pretty well with my sort of personality versus the Graham Stephan approach that is a lot more cash flow focused than net worth focused. Now, the other thing that I like to do is I like to consume content on the same topic in many different ways. Gary Vee is an amazing example of this. Some people complain about his content because he's saying the same thing all the time. You know what? It's actually good, at least for me, to consume content like that. I like to listen to Gary Vee talk about the same thing over and over again, because as I've done that, say I listen to even the same talk 10 times, or him talking about the same topic 10 different times. It depends on when I'm listening to it in my life, in my day, in whatever other circumstances may have changed. I can take very different things out of those conversations over time. So it's very important to just continually be learning and consuming information and extracting as much of this compressed knowledge as you possibly can and putting it into your brain. Now, we've got it in our brain. Now what the f are we gonna do with it? The next thing you gotta do is you gotta work really damn hard. Yeah, work hard. I wore this just for this video. You gotta work really freaking hard. And that is hard to do sometimes. Now, for me, the secret to working really hard and not being massively burnt out like some people get is you have to be working towards a goal that you are truly, truly passionate about. Now, some people are saying that they're trying to be a millionaire, but they're not really passionate about the game of building wealth and generating money. And when you put $1 out into an investment and it generates more money, and it's just so fascinating, compound interest, and like, that's my thing. I love that. For me, the game of finance is the most interesting thing possible. So my goals are financial related. Now for you, it might be, I want to take that family vacation that I've always wanted to take, or I wanted to buy that vacation home that always just looked so great when I was growing up. Or maybe it's just, I don't want to have to work for anyone anymore, ever again, because that's a good feeling. You have to be working towards a goal that you are 100% fanatically obsessed with, and when you get there, you can put in the work to reach it. So once you're there, you put in the work, all of the work. It doesn't even really matter how good you are at it. You just put in the work. As long as you're putting in more work than everyone else, you will get there. Consume many, many different types of content and you will get there. Now, how does this relate to Meet Kevin's course and how it's not going to make you a millionaire? Well, it's not. Just buying his course is not going to make you a millionaire. Watching his course is not going to make you a millionaire. You might not even become a millionaire if you buy his course, watch his course, and do every single thing that he says, because Meet Kevin is not you. You guys are different. And so what works for Kevin might not work for you. For example, Kevin is a great talker, a great salesperson, very, very outgoing. I am not that. I'm not good at just going up to people and talking to them and carrying on a conversation. I just can't do it. The closest I get to it is literally during these YouTube videos when I'm sitting in my office by myself talking to an inanimate object. It doesn't work for me, so any of his tactics around things like that don't work. So I need to set those aside because it doesn't fit me and find something to replace it with. And that is why simply buying these finance courses are not going to make you millionaires, but you can still become a millionaire, a multimillionaire if you want. You just gotta put in the work and learn as much as you can. And on that topic, I got plenty of videos on the channel with very differing opinions on how to invest and how to grow your wealth. And if you think there's someone that might like this video, please share it, like, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.